We are live 364 days a year.
What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
2.5 months ago, we started the king and the queen of the quiz tournament. And now, over, 70, 80 days later, we are finally at the final. We are finally going to see who at Wrestling Republic has the best knowledge of professional wrestling. Good evening from Swansea wrestling fans. I'm your host and your quiz master today, Ben Allison. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be an intense one. We got 15 rounds. I'm going to get into all of them in a minute. But before I do, I have to introduce the two contestants who've made it from the first round all the way to the final, winning all their matches. And let's kick things off with the man over in Canada. The man who in some circles is known as Mr. G, in others is known as the head of reviewing. But on this podcast, he is known as Coby Galanzowski. How are you, Coby?
Now, I'm a little disappointed that you have failed to mention my performances upon these quizzes. How of the two highest scores of all of them are both mine. I've dropped
That's
the
true.
two highest. I'm tied for the second, but I do have two of the highest of the three. But I am here and I am somehow still possibly the underdog. A lot of people think David is the one that can beat me, but I'm here to prove that otherwise. Of course, I'm here for a lot of fun. It's always a joy. I'm finally glad we have a proper system for quizzes, and it's great to be here. I'm excited to win.
No doubt about it, Coby. It is going to be unbelievable. We've got tons of comments. We got Drizzy in the comments. Shout out to you. We got Ewan as well. KFK's rooting for Coby in this one. Fernando Zayas, who is saying that he's been looking forward to this for 3 weeks. Thank you for waiting. And trust me, it will hopefully be worth the wait. Shard is saying, let's keep this a clean fight. DCX Warlord saying, thank you, Truth. Absolutely. We'll be talking about that R-Truth situation tomorrow. Drizzy still thinks he should have won. And yeah, it's now time. We got Soul in the comments as well. But I now need to introduce in the other corner. He is not from Canada, but instead he is from Wales. We have another reviewer. You could say the student against the teacher. How are you today, David Sheldon?
I am ready to win. I am sat in a stifling apartment in a three-piece suit. That's the best way to start a quiz when you're absolutely boiling out your... Anyway, very excited to be here. It's going to be a fantastic quiz. I have fought valiantly 2 rounds against top-class opponents, and I have slain the dragons. And as I've said in my video, which you can all go and check out on David's Delicious DDT's Instagram, I knew I could beat Chaos. I knew I could beat Soul. Can I beat Coby? I think I can. But now it's time to prove it. I'm very, very excited to be here, and let's win.
You don't know you can beat him. You only think.
Well, I mean, Coby likes to play himself as the underdog, despite all the evidence to the contrary, so why can't I?
Fair enough. Mind games. I like it. Before we get started, let's look at your paths to get here. Coby mentioned it. The fact that he has got the 2 highest scores in this tournament. I mean, technically, David drew with one of them, but today it is the final. David versus Coby. Let's get into the rules, shall we? It will be a 15-round quiz. Each round, both of the contestants get asked 1 question. It is 1 point per question, but if they get it wrong or they can't answer, their opponent gets an opportunity to steal it and get the points from them. Also, they have for any round during the quiz 1 double points chip to play. On any round, they can just double the stakes, basically. But there is another twist, because there are 3 bonus rounds throughout the quiz, throughout the 15 rounds. And all of those bonus rounds are already double points. So if you really want to risk it for a chocolate biscuit, you could go double on a double and get an extra point. Higher risk, higher reward. But Bobby Batito is saying, hello, guys. Good luck to Coby and David. And DCX Warlord says, Canadians are not supposed to be this cocky unless your name is Coby, Gallon, Zosky. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's do the coin toss. I have a coin here. Hopefully, you guys can see it. There's tails. There's heads. Coby joined first. So, Coby, heads or tails?
I think of the 3 quizzes I've done that I have a majority win rate at tails, so I'm hoping to continue with tails.
Okay, let's do the world's worst coin toss, shall we?
Destiny.
It is heads.
That's a head.
David, do you want to go first or second?
Well, I've had the pick in every single one of these rounds, and I must say it's been a difficult choice. The first time, I believe I went first. The second time, I went second. This time, with the ball in my court, I go first.
Oh, okay. I'm going to switch your positions then. It is now confirmed, and I saw in the look of Coby's face then, I don't think he was too happy with that. But let's get right into it, and let's kick things off. Well, actually, going to tell you about the topics very quickly, guys. Same topics as we've done every single time. And we're going to start with pre-97 WWE. David, your question is, who won the 1989 Royal Rumble, also known to be the first Rumble to be on pay-per-view?
Big John Studd.
That would be correct. You are up to 1 point out of the gates. I thought that was going to be a difficult one, but you got it right. Coby, your question is, who were the 2 co-winners in the 94 Rumble match?
So it's obviously not Batista and John Cena, even though that match was restarted. Of course, it's going to be all aboard the Lex Express, Lex Luger, and the Hitman, Mr. Bret Hart.
Correct. Again, out of the gates, 2 tough questions. You guys got them right. Congratulations.
The funny thing about Big John Studd, just quickly, he's in the 89 Rumble. It's part of a return run he does where he comes back for a very short period of time. He does almost nothing upon coming back apart from win that Rumble, and then he's gone. It's so weird. He comes in, is there for like such a short period. It's the only thing of note he does in that entire run, and then he's gone. It's baffling.
Flipping heck. Well, we've got Fernando got it right as well. So did Drizzy. So did DCX. So did CavKSK as well. And you in the comments say, let's go, guys. And Ewan is rooting for David for Wales in the comments, despite the fact that Ewan is actually, right this minute, in Canada. He is in Canada rooting for the away team. But
so members of my family right now. I told them to go over there just to curse them.
just to track down Coby if he wins. But moving on, let's talk the Attitude Era. David, you are up first. What is the only WrestleMania to not have a men's one-on-one match?
That would be, for all people wanted to talk about this Mania being Tagamania. It was proper Tagamania. It was WrestleMania 2000.
That is correct. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't actually know that until I did the research for this. I never realized there was a Mania without one-on-one men's match, but that was it.
That's the one.
Fernando got it right too.
Yeah. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off on what I want to say next before we've had Coby's question first.
AJ Gardner says he's putting some Welsh in the chat, so I believe you've got another follower of yours, David, there. But Coby, your question is as follows. Who faced Ken Shamrock in the first Lion's Den match at SummerSlam 1998?
So obviously the Lion's Den was a weird stipulation and only done a few times. Part of me wants to say The Rock, but I know it's not. It's in fact Owen Hart.
Correct. I thought for a second then you weren't going to be sure, but you are correct, and so is AJ Gardner and Fernando Zayas as well. 2 rounds gone, 2 questions correct. I presume you guys are feeling confident.
Well, yes. I mean,
Simple
you know, I
start.
was waiting for AJ to, for Coby to be asked what the only single one-on-one match was at WrestleMania 2000. Coby, do you know
Oh.
that?
I do not actually.
No, I believe it's the Cat and Terry Reynolds, I think. Or it's the Cat's
Oh.
definitely
Well,
one of
that's
them.
not a men's match.
No, that's what I mean. But the only singles match.
Oh,
on
the
entire
only
show.
singles match as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What a weird Mania
That does
was.
sound right. That does sound right.
Yep.
But
Trizzy is putting a little bit of negativity into this quiz, a little bit of intensity into it, saying, "Don't feel confident for long, lol." And he's seen the questions.
I never feel confident. Not once. For all the bravado I speak with every question, I start to slowly weep internally, thinking, when's the break coming? When's the one I don't know?
But you guys have had a great start. You're feeling confident. Do either of you want to play your double chip on the first bonus round?
the biggest thing is I went into several of these quizzes waiting and biding my time. And if that's the only bit of tape that David got to watch, I got to mix it up. I got to do something I can control. I got to mix. Yes, I am going to use my chip on the first mystery round.
Wow, wow. Coby has cashed in. I didn't even need to show the graphic. Coby has cashed in. And up first, well, I can tell you what it is now, guys. It is the Mae Young Classic. And David, your question is, who did Kairi Sane defeat to win the 2017 tournament?
No idea. Not a Scooby. Tony Storm.
Final answer?
Yes.
Coby to steal.
Shayna Baszler.
Correct. And that is worth double as well. You are up to 4 now, Coby. But you could be up to 8 at the end of this next question because you've cashed in your double points on a double point. Higher risk, higher reward. And the question is, who did Tony Storm defeat to win the 2018 tournament?
So the 2018 finals is, of course, ironic timing. It was at Evolution. And we're about to come up to Evolution 2. But the original, the runner-up to Tony Storm was Io Shirai.
You would be correct, and you are up to 8 points. 8-2 currently after round 3, a score which every Arsenal fan doesn't like to be reminded of. But Bobby Petito got the right, so did Calf K's
Bring
K.
yourself there, Ben.
I will say I'm really glad I didn't bite there with Coby because I've not seen either of the Mae Young Classics. It was in a massive blind spot for me. I've not researched it, so I genuinely didn't have a clue. You could have asked me 100 questions and I'd have given you 100 wrong answers. So fair play, Coby. I don't. Hands up.
But up next, because David, you know how this works. We have seen people in this tournament rise above 6 points. You know, that's not much of a gap, especially with that 2 times chip available. But this next round, Ruthless Aggression. David, your question is, at what WrestleMania did Limp Bizkit perform?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. Because he plays Taker to the ring at WrestleMania 18.
Coby to steal.
So I don't think it's 20, and I know for a fact it's not 17 because you wouldn't make 2 questions about 17 because 17 was 2000. Or wait, no, 17's 01. Never mind. But I do believe it was WrestleMania 19.
You would be correct there, Coby. Although I don't think it'd be correct in saying I wouldn't do 2 questions in a row on one topic.
No. Well, I would have gone, but my brain was telling me it was X7 and it was X8 or X7 or X8. So again, would have been wrong either way. So I'll take that as a fine.
Fun fact about this question. I originally spelled he autocorrected the biscuit to biscuit.
Biscuit,
So when
as
I
in
sent as in chocolate biscuit, risking it for chocolate biscuit. So when I sent it out for fact checking, Clark messaged me saying Ben needs to be corrected, limp biscuit. But he messed up the spell check and he spelled it limo biscuit. So the question almost said, at what WrestleMania did Limo Biscuit perform? But up next, it is Coby's question. Coby, your question is, who defeated Batista in a world title match at Great American Bash 2005?
So I'm trying to think back, and of course, world title is a tough one. I believe this was the WWE Championship. I'm trying to go back and think who had a reign around that time. My gut says JBL. Like, I know he had a very lengthy reign that for a good amount of time was one of the longest reigns for a while. So my gut says JBL.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Well, in maths class, right? When they tell you, you get, maybe 1 mark for the right answer and 7 marks for the workings out. And you're always like, this is so unfair. It's only the right answer, which actually should matter. Thankfully, this quiz does not work like that, because if it did, Coby, you'd be in trouble. But you are correct on that one. But the wording of this question is deliberate. JBL won the match. He didn't win the title. It was by DQ.
Yeah. And it was also, I'm pretty certain, for the wrong championship as well. I think it was for the world heavyweight, because Batista won the world heavyweight championship.
It was for the world title.
I mean, it's 21.
Yeah.
Jammy beggar. Jammy beggar. But it's how you take them.
Technically, he got to the right answer. No points for workings out, but there are none anyway. Up next, let's talk 2010 to 20 WWE. And David, your first question is, who were the 2 Money in the Bank winners in 2012?
2012. So one of them would have been Dolph Ziggler, because he cashes in after night after Mania, Money in the Bank. So after WrestleMania 29, and the other one, it's I'm pretty confident on this one that it is Dolph Ziggler and John Cena.
You are correct. Well done. Yeah, difficult question, but you are right. Up next, Coby, your question is, who were the 2 Money in the Bank winners in 2013?
Okay, so you have one that created one of the biggest moments of all time, Randy Orton. He cashes in on Daniel Bryan. And then the other one was a pitiful failure of a cash-in, Damien Sandow.
You would be correct as well. You guys are back to 100% in a round. But up next, it is time to talk about your favorite guy, David. Triple H and the Triple H era.
I've had such little luck with this round. It keeps biting me. I'm 0 for 2 on this damn round.
Your question is, in 2023, who was the first person to pin Roman Reigns in over 3 years?
Well, I know the match, and I know the question is Jey Uso.
Correct. There you are up to 4 points, and finally you got that round.
I was there going, which Uso was it? Which Uso was it? But he's not even in the match, is he? It's Jey and Solo, isn't it? Oh, no, it's Roman and Solo against Jimmy. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The comments were getting it right as well. And AJ says, David, we were in the pub when it happened.
I know we were in the pub. It was a great moment. I had a wonderful time, but I just could not for life remember which Uso it was.
But up next, Coby, your question is, who won the tag team championships at Payback 2023?
Oh, I love this match. So this was, of course, the former champions KO and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day, Yippee, and it was Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It was a really good street fight, though. but it's
Yeah.
Finn and Breeze.
You
Like,
loved it a lot more than most people as well, but the lead continues.
Well, I got a Triple H question right, so I'll
did.
take that. I'll take that one.
But up next, we are now talking about a little bit of AEW. It feels like I'm coming down with a cold because for this round, I'm going to be a sicko. And this question is who, so I need to put it on screen, David, who defeated Chris Jericho at Revolution 2023?
Eddie Kingston.
Coby to Steele.
so Eddie Kingston was the year before. And this was the weird one because I remember the entire feud was continuing even though the guy beat him in the beginning of the year. This is Slick Ricky Starks.
You would be correct there. I'm beginning to think Coby has an eidetic memory.
Yeah, I got the
I have
wrong
the
year.
weird memory.
If I had thought about it, I might have got there, but my brain just went Jericho, Revolution, Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the
Ah.
memorable one because like that one,
Yeah.
like I think I 100% prefer the Eddie Kingston Jericho match, but this was just like okay, it was so weird because it was like oh we're continuing this feud, even though Ricky beat him in January on whatever the premiere of whatever Dynamite because they did all the new rebrand and all that, and it was like okay, well then why are we continuing this feud? But Ricky still got the win, so it was like okay, that's good at least, but. Yeah, no.
Coby, your next question is who won the TNT Championship at Revolution 2023?
Same show, same card. Who I think around that time Joe was the champion, so who beat Joe? I think it's Wardlow. Isn't it Wardlow? Wardlow beat Samoa Joe. So it's
Final
Wardlow.
answer?
Yeah.
You would be correct on that one, and now on to 14 points now. I thought you were going to get that wrong when you were setting it up. I thought I thought we had finally got you. You didn't know one. But up next, World Championship Wrestling. David, what was the name of the wrestler WCW pushed in order for Kiss to appear?
Oh, damn it. I can picture them, but what is their sodding name?
And just by what they went by in this as well, to be clear.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas. I'm just going to go with the person who Kiss looks vaguely like and say Sting.
Incorrect.
Yeah,
Coby to Steele.
So I know this because he appeared in TNA a couple years ago, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is WCW's Demon." So I mean, they kind of had two different names. He was either the Demon or I think the Kiss Demon. I think both were things he went by.
I'll give you it. Kiss Demon is the answer. And I think maybe the Demon in TNA, I'm guessing, because somebody else put that in the chat. But in WCW, it was Kiss Demon. Up to 15 for Coby. But the next one is, what was the name of the tag team that AJ Styles was in WCW?
Oh, that's a good one. That might be the one that stumps me. Oh, so he was of course, this is a very young AJ Styles, and he's gonna be young. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know why I want to say Air Crash.
I'm going to start the timer.
I mean, I don't think it's Air Crash, though. I don't know where that's coming from.
3, 2,
Air Raid?
1. Final answer.
Air Raid?
Final answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I've sat there. I've sat there going, it's Air Raid, it's Air Raid. I've revised this one, I revised this one. It's Air Raid, Air Raid, Air Raid, Air Raid, Air Raid. You've got Air Crash, Everything else, I'm like, fantastic, here we go. And then he
Ah! Oh
I mean, that's
my
completely
gosh!
that's
I thought
completely
we had
honest.
him.
I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it once or twice that he was called. It was that, but that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Yep.
But Trizzy says Kobe's hitting trick shots. I mean, this is a really impressive showing, but we still have, I mean, just under half the quiz to go, including 2 bonus rounds. So if you guys haven't seen this quiz before, it really can change in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, it can. But I mean, at the minute, in order for me to have gotten anywhere, Kobe would have had to have got one wrong. And presently, he does seem allergic to that. So,
hey, I'm well
we're
rested.
halfway through.
I'm well dressed.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
calm. I'm collected. I'm in the.
We're
groove.
halfway through. We're halfway through. I'm currently getting pasted. So I am just going to play my own game and see how many I get and try and make a comeback best I can. It's not over yet, but it's not looking great.
Let's go. Up next, Extreme Championship Wrestling, David. Who was the only wrestler to dethrone Taz for the FTW Championship?
I don't know that one either. Was the only wrestler to dethrone Taz for the FTW Championship. That's not the. Oh no. Sorry, this isn't grid television. I know. I just can't think of an answer.
Intense.
I mean,
Feel it.
What wrestlers can I think of? All right, let's go. Let's go with person who's been in the news. The only person I can think of is Sabu. So I'm gonna completely guess out of the blue and say Sabu.
You're completely correct. That is the answer as well.
I feel horrible for saying this, but if it wasn't for the fact that he recently passed away and he was the first ECW wrestler that came into my head, I would never have got that in 100 years. So
yeah, I mean, him and Taz, I mean, did a fantastic speech about him on Dynamite as well, too.
I know. And that was the only thing I could think was that there was a connection there, but I don't. Yeah.
Kobe!
Thank you for all podcast. Thank you for all podcast listeners. For your wonderful experiences.
But KK got it right, and so did DCX Warlord as well. And Drizzy says the only belt Sabu never wanted. Well, that's actually interesting. I didn't know.
Ironic. It's a great fact, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Up next, Kobe, your question is who held the ECW TV title for the most combined days?
Combined. ECW TV. So it's obviously not the world. I'm thinking and I'm trying to remember who is just synonymous and had several reigns with it. And I don't know how good he did with the world title, but I do believe he held the TV for a lot longer. I believe it's Rob Van Dam.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You would be correct on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam.
I knew it was RVD. And by the way, yes, the first ECW TV champion was Johnny Hotbody. Thank you for asking. I was like, that's gotta be a question for one of them. First person to hold the ECW world title and ECW TV title. I was like, we're in, folks. No.
Useless fact. Maybe next year. But next, everybody in the quiz next year, now just writing down the notes to remember that one, because at some point I'm sure it will be used. But up next, let's fly over to Japan. And David, your question is, what future WWE star did Brock Lesnar team with in New Japan Pro Wrestling? For one match, to clarify, but the only person he teamed with. You only did one tag team match.
No, that's not helpful. I mean, look, I've got to whittle down who was there around the time that he was, I suppose, because you'll be amazed to know I don't know the answer. So I'm gonna basically go off who the people that I know were there with him, and say it's one of two. It's one of two. By Shinsuke Nakamura.
Final answer.
Yeah, final answer.
Correct. Who would have the other
The only
answer
reason
been?
Kurt Angle, but he'd already because he was there at the
Yeah.
same time as Brock.
Yeah, future
WWE stuff.
Yeah, then I looked at the word. Then I looked at the
I
word
don't know why
future,
part of
and
me
it,
said Carl Anderson.
yeah, and it narrowed it down then.
Oh,
I know
actually,
Carl,
Carl
'cause I know
Anderson
Carl,
Yeah.
Could
because
be
Carl
correct.
trained with
Yeah.
Shinsuke like around that time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Carl speaks so
But it was like-
highly of
yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
could have been that, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
I-
because Angle
No,
and Brock
it
had a
was
match
Shinsuke.
would have
scheduled.
been my
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
But Coby, your question is this: who held the IWGP Heavyweight Championship for the most combined days?
I mean, if it's not Okada, I don't know who the hell it is. It's got to be Okada, Kazuchika Okada.
Final answer.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah, it is Okada. I mean, that guy just held it for like
I don't
90%
think.
of his career.
I mean, yeah, no one. I don't.
I'll
think
be
anyone
honest
has
with you.
come
I'll be
close
honest with
to
you.
that.
I would have got that wrong because I would have said that was
Ooh.
and the reason I would have got
You
it wrong
said
is
Inoki.
I would have said it was a trick question because Okada was the easy answer and go Inoki instead. So
No, it was two. I was actually nice with this Japanese round. I gave two
Yeah.
easy questions.
Yeah.
Because I was like, after the previous few, it's a little tough. Let me just do an easy one. Apart from the fact that Coby somehow flipping breezed through the hard ones.
yeah, he's through the lot of them.
I thought I would have stumbled him. Josh is saying that he's cursed you, David, when he said you'd win by a ton.
Look,
It's not done yet.
Ultimately, ultimately, Coby has I think got. Have you got? You haven't got any wrong, have you yet? No, we haven't got a single one wrong.
Surprisingly, no.
I don't, and I also don't think we've had. I think every single one I've got wrong, you've hoovered up. So I physically couldn't win. So unless he has a nightmare in the next 5 rounds, no matter how many points I get, the scoreboard is going to look pretty dire, pretty bleak, I think. But I will take this because I don't think I've disgraced myself. I just think these
I
questions are
don't
hard.
think you're out yet. I don't think you're out yet. I
Well,
think
let's
it
see
could
how-
go
let's-
either way.
let's see how we
It might get close if I got none wrong and he got everyone else right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
just-
Wait, hold on.
Let's just carry on.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it, guys. We've got like 8 minutes. But up next, NXT. David, who was the first North American champion?
Adam Cole.
That would be correct. I originally wrote this wrong. I accidentally wrote Ricochet and it got corrected in fact check. And despite the fact I knew it was Adam Cole, I was pretty gutted about that one. That's the mistake I made this week on the quiz when I wrote it. But Coby, your question is who had the most reigns with the NXT Championship?
So there's a handful at 2, but I think when he returned to the company, they won it and they made it a big deal that he won I think it has to be Samoa Joe. I think he's at 3 because he had a lot of hot potato with Shinsuke, or I guess not a lot, but like he won it from Finn. He beat
Final
Shinsuke,
answer?
and then he beat Cross. So yeah, Samoa Joe.
You would be correct on that one as well.
Yeah, if in doubt, try and psych him out. Just laugh uproariously and hope that he thinks he's got it wrong. Like,
Right. Let's see then, shall we?
I think I got to start staring into your eyes with every question I get right, David, just to continue to disarm you.
Coby, do you want to cash in your chip?
he can't. He's already played it, but I will.
Sorry,
But I will.
I meant David.
I will cash in my chip. I'm 2 for 2 in this round. I've cashed them in both times on this question, and I've got them correct. I can't at this point. I think I'm playing for pride, so let's play for pride, and I will cash in my bonus chip.
David, your bonus round is all in 2018, and your bonus question: who defeated? Oh.
Who had the most reigns with the NXT Championship? Samoa Joe. I'll take the 4 points very happily. It's Samoa Joe.
The actual question, it is written here. It's just wrong on this version of it, which is. The worst part is I corrected this mistake and I wrote the wrong one. Who defeated MJF, David?
Oh, it's that bugger who opens the show. And I can't be certain I've got the right name here. In fact, I'm pretty certain I don't have the right name. But I can picture him, but I'm struggling with his name. I think his name was Matt Cross.
You would be absolutely correct, and you're back in the game, David. 11 points.
Yeah.
Now
I thought it was him. He does nothing after that, but he gets that one accolade all out 2018.
Coby, who won the only women's match on the card at the show?
So this is a four-way. Four-way with Britt, Chelsea. I mean, she had a special entrance, Tessa Blanchard, and I can't remember the fourth. But the winner's Tessa Blanchard.
You would be correct on that one as well, Coby. Up to 21 points. And the next topic, Lucha Libre. David, your question. What was the faction of Super Crazy Psychosis and Juventud, I can never say it, known as in WWE?
It was the Mexicools.
That would be correct. You are now up to 12 points. Coby, your next question is as follows. What was the name the original Sin Cara used in CMLL between 2016 and 2021?
Okay, so Mystico's the other one. The other Sin Cara is Mystico. The original Sin Cara. Oh, that's a close one. My gut says Caristico, I think is the name.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You would be correct on that one as well. Up to 22 points. Right.
What's the point? what? Okay, so to be clear, just for listeners, I believe yes, the game is done. The Coby has won.
No, actually, technically not. It isn't.
It's mathematically done. Is
it?
It's yes.
Oh, come on, guys. Don't spoil it. We've got 2 questions left. Finish your names. David, what is the name of Carmelo Hayes' top rope leg drop finisher?
Nothing but net.
You would be correct on that one. Coby, your question is, what is the name of Oscar's cross-face chicken wing?
Are you trying to give me softballs here? Like the most of them.
I thought this one actually.
Oscar lock.
You're correct, but I thought that was 2 on the nose, so I expected that could potentially.
No, she doesn't have any other finisher.
Yeah, we knew it was Oscar lock.
Oh, I haven't changed a thing. But right, so final round. Nobody's got any chips to play, so they can't risk it for a chocolate biscuit. But what they can do is get double points. David, your final question, and the final bonus round, by the way, for the king and queen of the quiz tournament is King of the Ring. I thought that would be a fitting end to this entire thing. And David, your final question is, who won the 2010 tournament?
I believe that was Sheamus.
You would be correct, and you finish on 15 points. Coby, to break the record. This is what you're playing for now, I believe. Let me just double check.
I think it's to go flawless.
Oh, no, never mind. You can't even. Never mind. You can't even beat that. To get close to your record, Coby, and to top off a pretty much perfect, but in fact, it is a perfect performance.
It is.
Can you do it? Can you do an Invincibles where you didn't get a single question wrong this game? Let's find out. Coby, who is the only back-to-back winner of the tournament?
David's reaction tells me he knows this, but I mean, I'm not giving him the chance. It's the only one who won back-to-back is Bret Hart.
You would be correct. And the inaugural winner of the King and the Queen of the Quiz tournament is Mr. Coby Galanzowski. Coby, give us your winner's speech.
I would like to thank everyone that doubted me, from the people who said I was the underdog in an AEW quiz against Soul, but I won that. And then I don't think anyone believed in Archie, but a lot of people were giving hopes to Drizzy. So a lot of people gave me thing to fight for. Drizzy, you were a heck of an opponent. And of course, David, I just got the right ones here. You were the man. I believe in I get this book. And if you're here and if you continue and if you run the table once again, I believe we're destined to fight forever. And
Wow.
if it is us again, I'm undefeated in this quiz's format, and I would love to continue that into next year. And if it's us in the finals again, there's no fitting second finale ever. And I hope we do. I hope we do fight forever at this point, because you're a heck of an opponent. You're the man that everyone expected it to be. The finals, everyone knew and predicted it was going to be David versus Coby, and that's exactly what happened. But this time, I am the Goliath, and I won.
Wow. Heck of a speech there, Coby. And you can't wait to be in it next year. Soul saying he still took you to penalties. Canada
In
man,
an
that was in the
AEW quiz.
That's true. Bobby says, congratulations to Coby, and you did great. David DCX said Coby should be disqualified from playing next year. No, he's got to run it back again.
I should just get the pass.
I just like to say something on that, because there is no way that this man is not here next year, because if I'm coming back. I'm coming back. To be fair, I admit with my hands in the air, I don't think I played a terrible game there, but I got big questions wrong. But even if I'd have got every single one right, even if I got one or two wrong, Coby still would have beaten me. He didn't get a single one wrong. That, he played a perfect game. Hands up, he is the best quizzer at Wrestling Republic. And next year, it's my turn to prove that it's me. But I am coming back for you, Coby, and we will fight again. Whether it be in this quiz or another. But I'm slightly devastated, but well done. And I hold my hands up and admit defeat.
Well, a very good sport about it. Well done, David. That undoubtedly the two best people in this quiz got to the final of this tournament. No doubt about it. Let's look at the final standings, shall we? Because Coby is now the winner to get there. He defeated Drizzy and Archie. A great path to the final. We started with 8. We now have 1. What I will say, next year, I want to do 16. I think we can do 16, and that's what I want to get done.
4 months of quizzes. What more do we all want?
I mean, so David, you got your own victory. So both of my opponents got exactly what combined got what you got in this quiz. So you combined beat the two of them. 6 plus 9 is 15. You tied them in one attempt.
Yeah,
you got the most of any opponent.
Yeah. The thing is, I take the fact that there were no answers there, that you gave me the answer and I went, oh, for goodness sake. There were like the ones that I got wrong, I would have just got wrong anyway. And with a couple of minor slips, they were either just ones I didn't know the answer to. So I'm going to go away, learn those answers, learn more answers, come back and be better than you. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. I will fight back.
I look forward to it. Next year is certainly going to be a good one. There is no doubt about that. But thank you to everybody who's watched the last couple of months. Chaos said he's coming for you, Coby, lol, next year. Shad wants to be in next year. Drizzy, I think, wants to be as well. Fernando says, excellent performance. It is going to be fun. And if we do a 16-person one as well, I mean, I think technically next year might be late this year if we want to get it done before Mania. Is probably better this time. Otherwise, we'll have the same issue we had this year. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. And congratulations to the king and queen of the quiz winner 2025, Coby Galanzowski. We'll see you guys tomorrow.